What we need to do is make sure that we're not living in automatic pilot, that we are connecting mind and body. So just taking a few minutes, at least during the day, and saying, okay, how am I? How is my energy? How are my feelings? How is my soul? How am I living? Am I living according to my basic values, or am I, getting away from them? Am I separating my acts, what my work, everything from my fundamental core values? And I started using a lot of medicines from ancient, obviously, philosophies like adaptogenic fungi, and for example, plants and cannabis. So by integrating all this into conventional medicine, I also realized that we can avoid using a lot of the pharmacological tools, right? Because I think the pharmaceutical industry has, unfortunately, has crushed a lot of the plant-based therapies or fungi-based therapies, which is a shame. And I feel that there's a big rebirth of all these ancient medicines, especially in Western culture. Energy is what motivates us to live. It's so important. It's what keeps us healthy. It's what keeps us going. Okay. And we need to check on those energy levels. We need to check on how balanced they are. So to find that out, we need to do a lot of introspection, a lot of self-analysis. We need to understand medicine as a process, health as a process that starts within us, in our interior, and then it goes from within to outwards, out to the other aspects. But it always starts within. It's so important to not only look after our mental health and well-being, but also a part of that is our emotions. How are we emotionally? Okay, how is our fear and how is our unconditional love? Those are two major emotions. So always give space and time. If we give space and time for these things, then we're going to look after them. Or we're not going to get ill. We're not going to escalate. So that's so important. Okay, I have around 20 years experience as a physician, and I can tell you that connection between an emotion and an illness is there. I mean, it's impossible to separate one thing to the other. Okay? A lot of physical illnesses, especially cancer, autoimmune illnesses, will have to do with some trauma, emotion, some very difficult bereavement we've been through. So we need to heal. Okay, so my message to the audience is seek help if you feel you haven't healed some trauma. Okay, if you feel you're struggling emotionally or struggling with your mental health, please heal in time. Don't wait for the illness to be what is going to eventually lead you to your healing path. So one of the major problems in getting ill is because we don't love ourselves enough. We don't have self-esteem. We don't realize that we have a very powerful self-healing potential. Okay, so the pillars of healing is self-love, is letting go of a lot of these blockages of things that are really blocking our path. Healing has to do with love, has to do with forgiveness, has to do with understanding our potential. Healing has to do with a vibrational state that we need to find ourselves in, because there's no magic pill, there's no magic whatever treatment. Physical treatments will help. Like Joe Dispenza insists on this a lot. He says we need to achieve a vibrational state where we find ourselves with love, faith, that's so important. We need to have faith in ourselves. Otherwise, it's going to, all the, what we call healing path, it's going to really, really be very difficult.